Hey YouTube, today we're going to talk about using your smartphone for stock video and some tips on how to use it effectively for stock. We all carry a smartphone. The only difference between the smartphone and my Sony a7 III that I'm filming this on is mainly low light and control of depth of field, meaning blurring the background. And so I enjoy shooting full frame for that reason. It can be helpful when I'm shooting in a city and I want to blur a logo in the background that I pay attention. Now, a few tips. When you're shooting with the phone, you're usually more casual. It's usually grabbing a moment. But things that can really burn you are logos on shirts, on shoes that are big and bold. If you're shooting on a city street scene and there's a bunch of stores with a bunch of signs, a lot of stock agencies will go ahead and take that as non-editorial. But by and large, you want to get in your mind now, especially when using your smartphone, to watch out for those logos. Watch out for those things that are copyrighted. So you're going to have to be really careful when you're using your phone on that end. Another thing with your phone is they shoot really good hyperlapses and time lapses. And there's apps, different apps that can do that. Your phone can do that itself. And so that is absolutely great to do. So you could spend a whole week just shooting some hyperlapses and time lapses, and that would be a lot of fun. And get creative with it. Use different angles. Set your phone in different places. Do a hyperlapse of yourself getting ready in the morning, and all kinds of things. Now, this thing is not a low light beast, so you can shoot indoors, like in a room, but make sure that you have some lights on. The camera just on the phone is the lens, the sensor is just not big enough to bring in enough light for low light shooting, and it just ends up being hard to fix in post, and it doesn't really look that great. So when using your phone, low light is not a place you want to think about using it. Where that changes is if you have something that's really unique, a scene that's really unique, that you can only get and your phone is on you, then by all means go ahead and film it. I can fix it in post, or you can fix it in post. You're going to have to denoise it. You're going to have to boost the saturation up a little bit and do a few tweaks so it can look decent for stock video. Any phone that's been produced in the past 5 years can shoot really good HD video. And most of them now shoot 4K. This shoots 4K 60p. So your phone does really good at slow motion as well. So slow motion you need a lot of light for, so don't be shooting slow motion indoors. Shoot slow motion on a summer day or even a winter day. Snow falling looks really cool in slow motion. Make sure it's bright enough. 120 frames a second. Some phones do 240 frames a second. You don't want to overdo it, but you could spend a week thinking of slow motion concepts shooting in good light. You don't shoot slow motion in low light, not on these phones. It's just not going to work. It's not going to look good. So that's another thing you can do. They also do pretty good at macro, meaning close-up work. And with your phone, you can also learn to use a gimbal with it. And one of the best things to use with your phone is establishing shots. And what that is putting your phone on a gimbal and just slowly panning down or slowly tilting up or slowly turning to the side. And you can get a gimbal and practice those moves and get some good establishing shots in different towns, cities, abandoned houses, abandoned cars, things that editors can find useful. And so this tool can be used. I have sold hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars worth of clips off of my phone because I have it with me most of the time. So don't let the phone hold you back. Just don't try to push it past what it's really capable of producing. Don't try to shoot low light scenarios with it. Don't try to shoot slow motion and low light. You can't get the blurry background for that aesthetic. And don't worry about it. Focus on your subject material, your subject matter, and different ways that you can use it that guys with the big studios are not doing. And it can be useful to an editor. So make sure that you have a purpose for what you're shooting with your phone, that you're not just whipping it out and filming everything that you see, because at that point, it doesn't serve a purpose. So when you're walking in town, you think, oh, that would be a nice establishing shot. Oh, that's a nice angle. Let's do a pan up on that, or a tilt up, or this way. Move slow, move steady, get your shot. Add people to your shot. Use it as you would a $10,000 camera. You know, the concept of thinking needs to be the same. I don't care that this is small, but you need to think, man, I've got a camera here that can earn me some money. I need to get the best shot I can. And that's going to help you succeed using your mobile. And even if you have a lot of other cameras like I do, these tips are still going to help you, because most of us carry around a phone, and sometimes we're not carrying around our big cameras. So these tips will help you earn money with your phone. And like I said, be creative, play with it, learn, get different apps for it that can shoot videos, that can do different time-lapse scenes. Have fun and play, and most of all, keep your quality high. And yes, you can hire models and shoot them with your phone. Just make a good shot list and do it outside. Do some fitness clips, do some exercise clips outside, gardening clips. I mean, it goes on and on what you can do. So use your phone wisely, purposefully, and have a great time. I hope these tips were helpful, and we will see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you click on the link below, and you take care. We'll see you next go round.